Escaping the Twilight Zone God. That's the title. And there's a picture of Anthony as God up there. You're a bad race of people. You're a very bad race of people. Here these folks are trapped in this room with this demented, omnipotent boy. Which if he was really all powerful, why didn't he fix his tooth? That's what I can't figure that out. And they have to say that whatever he does is good, and they're only supposed to think good thoughts about him. Here, this guy, this little kid, thinks he can command people to like him. Like me, or else I'll turn you into a jack-in-a-box. It doesn't quite work like that. And these folks have to then say, because this is the guy who holds all the power, whatever he does, you got to agree is good. So it's good. It's just swell that he turned that guy into a jack-in-the-box. That was a good thing. And it's just great that he has his own television set. He got rid of the regular television sets, and he's got his own kind of demented television that occurs earlier in the episode. It's just swell. It's just great. And if he wants to make it snow in July, even if it destroys half the crops, well, that's just great, right? That's just good. Because if you don't agree with Anthony, you might find yourself turned into a jack-in-the-box. The sad thing is that is not too far from the way a lot of people think about God. This is what's sometimes referred to as a Nietzschean. Friedrich Nietzsche, you've heard of him, as many of you have. This is his idea of ethics. What is good is defined by whoever holds all the power. If I'm up here and I got a Uzi, then whatever I say is good because I have the power to enforce it. Who can ever enforce their will on others, you get to define what good is. And Nietzsche thought that was all there was to say about good and evil. It was just a will to power. You call good whatever the person who has the power says is good. Trouble is it puts you kind of in a conflicted situation because on the one hand, you don't want to be turned into a jack-in-the-box. On the other hand, you can't genuinely believe that it's good that this guy was turned into a jack-in-the-box. You can't really believe it's good that it snows in July or May, for that matter, for crying out loud. What kind of a demented, demonic kid makes it snow in May, for goodness sake? But see, a lot of people have this kind of conception of God. Might is right. Might is right. And so they can believe God does horrendous things, but they'll call it good because, well, he's God. And if you don't agree with God, you could find yourself getting eternally squished, thrown into an eternal hell. And that does stuff to your mind. It does stuff to your soul when you've got to call something good that you really can't believe is good.